Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? Hope everything is good. Today, I want to point you to another YouTube channel that I've probably talked about before in the past. And if you haven't seen Martin and his marble machine creation, he has a channel called Wintergatan, which I don't know what that means. It's in some foreign language. But Martin, like 5-6 years ago, created this marble machine that plays a song, and his video went super viral. And ever since then, he's been working on version 2 of this machine. So for like 4 or 5 years. And he puts out videos every Wednesday. And it's honestly one of the things I look forward to most about Wednesdays, is watching the progress of this machine. This insanely complex thing that this one man, well, there's a team, but he's building it himself in his house in France, and it's amazing. But serendipity being what it is, I've been talking a lot lately about my goals. I've been talking about my lack of focus. I've been talking a lot about not feeling fulfilled. Martin put out a very amazing video today that's like 20 some minutes long. I think it's 22 or 25 or 27, somewhere around there, minutes long, in which he talks about goal setting theory. He talks about dopamine. He talks about how your personal reward systems interfere with your focus. And I've watched it twice now. I'll probably watch it again before going to sleep. I'll probably take some notes. I think that of all the things that I've seen in the world about goal setting and about addiction, like specifically dopamine addiction, I don't think anybody's ever expressed it as concisely as Martin did in his video today. It was unbelievable. And so the basis of it is learning how to set your goals so that you don't disappoint yourself. And he talks a lot about the differences between internal and external goals, and how saying something like, today I want to make a printing press, that's an external goal. That means like by the end of the day, there has to be this thing in the world. And if I don't achieve that, then I'm a failure. When in reality, the thing should be that your goal should be more personally or more internalized. Like, today I want to put in my best effort while working on my press or whatever. And through that, he worked his way towards how he was rewarding himself throughout the day. And that was with distraction, with WhatsApp, and with playing chess.com, and whatever other distractions he would have when he would be doing some manual task, and he'd get, well, maybe somebody's saying something to me, let me go check my comments, and then that leads to hours wasted, and then trying to get back into the rhythm. And one of the things he talked about, which I found really fascinating, was that he used to listen to like audiobooks or podcasts while he was working on the machine, and he's cut that out. And just turning off all the external noise has really allowed him to focus on what he's doing, because now the only thing that's going to give him dopamine rushes is completing whatever task it is he's working on. There's not this outside, thing feeding him, giving him attention so that he can feel that rush. And I think he's very, very right. I can listen to music while I work, and it doesn't seem to impact me very much, depending on what I'm listening to. Sometimes I can listen to some like metal that will kind of get me excitable, and I'll dance and whatever. But a lot of work gets done. But if I'm listening to an audiobook, or if I've mentioned my distaste of audiobooks before because they require so much active listening that whatever it is I'm working on gets ignored. I can't really do it. And I watch a lot of YouTube. It's always on in the background while I'm working, and I think it is a very big distraction for me. And I probably should cut it out. And I think that when I'm down here, when I'm at my best down here, this place is silent. Like, there's no noise. There's no, other than the tools, I'm not listening to anything. I don't have earbuds in. You know, I'm just creating, and things are getting done. And regardless of what you take away from the video, I think you should go watch Martin's video if you've had any sort of issue with finding a reason to do something. Maybe even just figuring out how to play with words. As we mentioned the other day, playing with words sometimes gives you a new perspective. Just by changing the wording a little bit. Just by flipping it around in your head with words, you can often see things completely differently. And I think that's the difference that Martin was talking about when he talks about internal versus external goals. And how, like, if you set a goal for yourself that you want to feel good about your workday at the end of the day, that is very different from I'm going to finish this thing. Because if I'm going to finish this thing relies on a whole lot of other factors that might not be under your control. And if those factors creep up and suddenly you can't finish because you didn't have the right materials, or you didn't, have the right knowledge, and you had to spend time digging deeper, and you didn't foresee that, then at the end of the day, if you set the wrong goal and you fail, then you failed for the day, as opposed to saying, "Man, I gave it a great shot today." I'm not saying it nearly as well as he is, so go watch his video. It's linked in the description below, and I'll probably put it in the top comment and pin it so everybody can see it, because I really think it's worth sharing with the world. It's a good message for how to improve yourself and produce more fulfilling work, and how to stay focused. Go check it out. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you, and I will see you tomorrow. The word today is apoplectic. It's an adjective meaning an extremely agitated state of rage. Emily's careless event planning makes me so apoplectic that I just want to step in and plan the luncheon myself. Apoplectic. A-P-O-P-L-E-C-T-I-C.